Hi, welcome to the interview. Today we are joined by Emilia, a testing expert, who's here to share more about this topic.
Hello, Melanie. Thank you very much for inviting me.
So let's get started. The first question is, what are standardized tests and when and why do we use them?
Well, these are tests that are designed to measure the performance of students. They are used to score students under the same criteria and under the same conditions, mostly to check if the students are learning or not. However, these tests are also used like during college admissions, for example, or maybe job applications, or also government programs, not only at schools.
Okay. The next question is, what are the types of standardized tests?
Well, we have some of them actually that we use every day. So some of them are, for example, achievement tests. That these are ones are the ones that we use to measure knowledge. Aptitude tests that show if we have like ability or potential to do something. Diagnostic and placement tests to measure our skills, and also the proficiency tests during a language test.
Okay. What are the advantages of standardized testing?
Well, they have some advantages, like, for example, objectivity, because it uses the same criteria and the same conditions for everyone. Also, efficiency, because it allows to assess from one student to groups of students. And this also evaluates the schools, teachers, and students like to see the teacher learning process. Well, I think these are some of the examples of standardized, the advantages are.
Okay. What are the limitations of a standardized test?
Well, some limitations, not like disadvantages, but like limitations, is that they usually take some time to make. As we are doing, like they only focus on a specific topic and not value like other aspects, like for example, a creativity or maybe some more cognitive skills. Um, they usually, and this is something that it depends on the teacher actually, but they are usually not so inclusive regarding accessibility because they usually require like students given a test in a specific time, like writing, and they are not so inclusive at
Okay, I think it's very complicated for me. So, finally, question is, how can students best prepare for taking this test?
all. Well, here's something important to mention is that students need to take care of their mental health. So first, the students need to identify the subject or topic, right? They need to create and maybe prepare their study materials. And now technology has helped us a lot because we can use like online flashcards and also online quizzes so they can study better. They need to practice regularly. And as I said, like mental health is important. Students will need to control the levels of stress and anxiety by maybe sleeping well, doing exercises, and also eating healthy before the test. And during the taking this exam, students will need to like really concentrate on what they are doing and read or listen the instructions carefully. This is what I can tell you.
Oh, thank you, Mila. You've given us a very comprehensive view of the topic.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me. See you later.
See you.
So thank you very much for joining us. We had previously one expert on a standardized test, but now Melanie Rojas is also joining us to help us with some questions. Hello, Melanie.
Hello, nice to meet you. Thank you for giving me.
Well, so the previous expert answered some of the questions that we had, and one of them was the limitations. But for you, we have like, what are the disadvantage of a standardized test, please?
Well, I believe they don't capture a student's ability or potential because they focus so much of memorization on solving problems under pressure. They don't consider creativity and the pressure involved can cause a lot of stress, which negatively impacts performance.
Okay, thank you very much. Our standardized test may be a reliable indicator of a student's intelligence. You mentioned something about the ability, so what do you have to say?
I don't think so. Intelligence goes beyond just a score, so to speak. Someone may not perform well on a test, but their intelligence can show in other areas. That's why I don't think standardized tests are reliable. They only reflect one aspect of a person's intelligence, not the whole picture.
Mhm, thank you. So, how technology has impacted standardized testing, and with technology, are tests now more inclusive?
It has had impressive impact. We now have highly efficient platforms that help us administer tests more effectively, even making that more interactive. But like anything else, this impact comes with both positive and negative sides if not used responsibly. And without a doubt, there has been great progress. Now there are accommodations for students with special needs on more accessible formats, as well as efforts to include and adapt tests for different cultures.
Okay, thank you. Do standardized tests play a role in admissions, and do they really show students' future success?
In many places, they are still used. However, most institutions are starting to consider activities that demonstrate abilities in broad range of areas, which I think is a step in the right direction. And the future success, I don't think anything can truly predict success. Just giving an idea of certain skills, but success depends on many factors that come together to pave the way.
Okay, thank you. And our last question is, are there any alternatives of this kind of testing?
There are alternatives for almost everything, and this is no exception. Options include work, portfolios, project-based evaluations, or interview like this that provide a more complete analysis of students' ability as well as continuous assessment methods.
Okay, thank you very much, Melanie. I think that's everything for today. Thank you for helping us answering those questions.
Thank you for you.